Imagine holding absolute power, but starting over as an invisible zero. Today, we rank the 10 best anime where overpowered protagonists reincarnate as complete nobodies. Kicking off our list at number 10, I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. An ordinary sorcerer meets a tragic end and awakens as Lloyd, the 7th prince of the Grand Saloon Kingdom. Freed from his past limitations, he embraces this new life to obsessively master magic. Despite his royal blood, his low birth order makes him practically insignificant politically. This freedom allows him to secretly study grimoires, tame legendary familiars, and casually wield terrifyingly destructive magical forces unnoticed. This adaptation genuinely surprised me with its insanely fluid animation and gorgeous visual direction. Lloyd is a wonderfully insane protagonist whose absolute dedication to sorcery brings fantastic comedic timing. Watching an adorable child accidentally humiliate ancient demons never gets old. It brilliantly blends gentle daily life elements with intense battle sequences that easily rival pure action anime series. Moving down the rankings to number 9, the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Betrayed by his own allies, the supreme exorcist Haruyoshi casts a secret spell to reincarnate into a mystical fantasy realm. He is reborn as Seika Lamprogue, the illegitimate son of an aristocratic magic family. Lacking the innate magical energy common to this society, he is dismissed as powerless. However, Seika secretly retains his previous spiritual powers and commands an army of extremely dangerous mythical yokai. What makes this show incredibly compelling is the fascinating clash between Japanese spiritualism and traditional Western fantasy tropes. Seika acts like a true mastermind rather than a standard clueless protagonist. His ruthless intelligence and calculated manipulation offer a refreshing change of pace. The execution feels deeply satisfying because he absolutely refuses to repeat his past fatal diplomatic mistakes. Sliding into the next spot at number 8, Villainess Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord. A regular college student abruptly reincarnates as Yumiella Dolkness, the despised villainess of an otome role-playing game. Knowing she is destined to become the overpowered hidden boss and be killed, she decides to avoid the main plot entirely. Seeking a peaceful background life, she silently grinds her stats in the dungeon. However, her immense dark magic power accidentally exposes her as level 90 immediately. Yumiella easily steals the spotlight through her incredibly dense and wonderfully deadpan personality. The core humor revolves around her total inability to understand normal social interactions while possessing apocalyptic strength. This creates a brilliant dynamic where everyone expects a terrifying monster, but she just wants to relax. It perfectly subverts typical romance tropes with fantastic comedic execution consistently. Taking the throne at number 7, the most heretical last boss queen, from villainess to savior, 2023. Pride Royal Ivy realizes she has been reincarnated as the despicable final boss of a popular strategy game. In the original storyline, her terrifying demonic powers cause immense suffering before her eventual defeat. Terrified of becoming a monster, she quickly utilizes her absolute authority and cheat tier abilities to alter the kingdom. She quietly shifts from a feared tyrant into an incredibly benevolent, protective savior. This series delivers surprising emotional weight by leaning heavily into profound themes of redemption and sacrifice. Pride possesses godlike influence but remains completely humble, constantly agonizing over her predetermined fate. Watching her desperately rewrite tragedy into triumph gives the narrative genuine warmth. The character dynamics are beautifully constructed, making you root fiercely for her journey toward true happiness. Securing the spot at number 6, the magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. Anisvia is a reincarnated princess who cannot use traditional magic, rendering her practically worthless within her royal family. Driven by past memories of modern technology, she invents a brand new scientific magic discipline called magicology. Her marginalized status abruptly changes when she rescues Euphilia, a disgraced noble prodigy. Together, they combine unparalleled magical theory with overwhelming engineered firepower to completely reshape their entire world. This anime easily rises above generic fantasy shows with its stunning production value and fantastic action choreography. Anisphia embodies chaotic energy perfectly, contrasting wonderfully with the composed elegance of her partner. Their developing relationship provides a heartfelt emotional core that anchors the explosive battles. The innovative blend of science and sorcery makes every single combat encounter visually spectacular. Breaking into our top 5 at number 5, Reincarnated as a Neglected Noble. Raising my baby brother with memories from my past life. Reborn into absolute poverty as the dismissed eldest son of a cruel minor noble family, Leon possesses overwhelming magical reserves hidden beneath his frail exterior. Discarded by his parents due to his perceived weakness, he takes full responsibility for raising his beloved baby brother. Utilizing immense hidden power from his past life, he silently destroys deadly threats and cultivates resources to build a prosperous home. What sets this narrative apart is its wonderfully wholesome core. Instead of seeking grand revenge against his horrible parents, Leon focuses entirely on domestic survival and familial love. It is incredibly refreshing to watch a supreme being use world-breaking magic just to farm vegetables and craft toys. The protective brotherly dynamic brings massive amounts of pure joy. Moving up the ladder to number 4, am I actually the strongest? Haruto is reincarnated as a royal prince, but is immediately abandoned in a deadly forest because his magical power level supposedly registers as 00. In reality, the measuring device was merely capped at double digits, hiding his phenomenal cheat abilities. Raised by a lesser noble family in absolute obscurity, he uses his absurd, omnipotent barrier magic to secretly fight assassins and protect his sister. The primary draw here is the extreme gap between Haruto wanting to be an absolute shut-in and his immense power demanding action. His apathetic attitude towards saving the world produces some genuinely hilarious misunderstandings. The animation captures his ridiculous barrier spells beautifully. It delivers the ultimate wish fulfillment fantasy without ever taking its ridiculous premise too seriously. Claiming the bronze medal at number 3, the aristocrat's otherworldly adventure, serving gods who go too far. After dying heroically, Kazuya is reborn as Cain von Silford, the forgotten third son of a typical fantasy noble family. During his baptism, all 7 gods overzealously bless him with absolutely massive divine protections, literally turning him into an unstoppable demigod. To avoid chaotic political marriages and greedy nobles, Cain desperately hides his absurdly high status window while pretending to be an ordinary aristocratic adventurer. This adaptation excels by entirely embracing pure unadulterated comedy over dark dramatic tension. Cain constantly struggling to act like a weak child while accidentally destroying entire training grounds provides non-stop laughs. The reactions from his teachers, realizing they are training a walking natural disaster, never get boring. It serves as fantastic mindless entertainment, featuring bright, colorful visual spectacles. Securing the runner-up position at number 2, as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world. Reincarnated as Ars Luvent, a lowly noble holding a fragile territory, he possesses incredibly pathetic physical and magical stats. However, Ars wields an overpowered unique appraisal skill, allowing him to instantly see the exact hidden potential of anyone. Operating from the shadows of his truly insignificant domain, he aggressively recruits discriminated prodigies, assembling an elite unstoppables to quietly conquer the massive impending political wars. This brilliant series completely subverts the standard power fantasy by making the main protagonist physically helpless, yet strategically supreme. The animation during large tactical clashes is surprisingly gorgeous and effectively builds tremendous tension. Ars displays genuine empathy toward his fiercely loyal followers, creating profound emotional stakes. It perfectly balances kingdom-building mechanics with deeply satisfying character development arcs. And finally, reigning supreme at number 1, Magic Maker, How to Make Magic in Another World. A mortal man completely obsessed with magical theories tragically dies and reincarnates as Xion in a primitive world entirely devoid of magic. Refusing to accept this bleak reality, he leverages his absolute fanaticism to artificially engineer magic from scratch. Starting as an unknown peasant boy, Xion secretly conducts terrifyingly dangerous experiments, gradually rewriting the fundamental laws of his universe to become an absolute unparalleled sorcerer. This story rightfully takes the top spot, because watching someone invent an entire magic system is phenomenally rewarding. Shion redefines the overpowered trope through sheer intellectual obsession rather than inherited strength. The visual representation of him manipulating invisible energy fields is brilliantly directed. It provides an unparalleled feeling of progression that keeps you absolutely hooked until the end. These 10 incredible shows clearly prove that starting from zero does not mean you cannot conquer the entire world. They brilliantly reinvent the standard reincarnation formula. Which hidden mastermind is your absolute favorite? Share your top picks in the comments and subscribe for more anime countdowns.